Hey man, it's T-Sean, Baseball Card Theater. Tonight we're looking at Miscut Cards. We're gonna start with one from my childhood, Amos Otis. So we had this as kids, and I'm like in first grade, but I thought it was weird and kind of cool. But my brother Charlie was like 6 years older than me, and he figured out the other card was a rookie card that belonged to Gary Jones. And I was like blown away. I was like, wow, my brother's like a baseball card detective. That's one of the reasons I've always liked Miscut Cards. Here's a cool one. It's Jim Umbricht, Colt 45s. And we see it's a Red Sox card. And then we look on the back and we see the fun fact about Jim. Jim Umbricht passed away on Wednesday, April 8th, 1964. That's kind of a bummer. I was hoping to learn that Jim's hobby was fishing, but nope. But there's a couple clues over here to whose this card is. It's a Red Sox, we know that. I want it to be Dick Raditz, just because that's a good name. But it's an equally good name. It's Dave Moorhead's card. You can see how the beginning of those line up. So that's kind of cool. Okay, let me teach you how to be a baseball card detective. Here's 87 Don Slott. It's a miscut card, and you look over here and we see, oh, there's the Mariners logo and a chain link fence. Let's flip it over and look for clues. And then you see the guy's name, Phil Bradley. Also the card number 525, and he plays outfield. So that's kind of how it works. It's kind of hard at first. I mean, I took to it like a duck to water. I have an agile mind, but you know, it might take you a while. Don't get discouraged. Here's some crappy miscut cards, because they're barely miscut. Bob Neiman, even the professor can't figure out who's on his card. Here's Jamie Easterly. This is a crappy miscut card, but this one is wonderful. And I immediately recognize that card because I love Doc Ellis and collect all his cards. So it was like, boom! Okay, here's a cool Tom Seaver miscut card. And we got a clue that it's an expo, but we don't know who it is. So another way to figure this stuff out is find an uncut sheet of baseball cards. And I found one, and then look, underneath Tom Seaver is Brewer Robin Young. Okay, that didn't make sense. Okay, this didn't help. So I'm just gonna make up, then the expo is Dave Cash. And he's got a painted on hat. Our last card is another one I had as a kid, and it's Don Wilson. It's an Astro, and it's miscut, sideways, horizontal. It's wonderful. And Don Wilson's a sad story. He died. His car was in the garage. I don't know if it was an accident or suicide, but very sad, but cool miscut card. We know it's a Padre. You look on the back. Can't see the Padre's name, but we know his height, weight, and birthday. March 4th, 1946. And I was trying to figure out how I could find out whose birthday this was. And I remembered on the scorecard they had people's birthday in the program. And so this is like 1975. And I tell my dad, hey, when the Padres come to town to play the Astros, we should go see them. And my dad was like, what are you, high? The Padres suck. You'd rather see Fred Kendall than Johnny Bench? You're no son of mine. And he stormed out of the room. So we didn't go. And I had totally forgot about this card until it came up the other day in therapy. Anyway, now you can just look up the birthday on the internet. And I did, and the mystery Padre is Danny Frisella. And this guy had a sad life too. He died in one of the off seasons. He died in a dune buggy accident. Which, I mean, it's sad, but it sounds like he was having fun, you know? Not like an automobile accident. You could have been going to pick someone up at the airport. If you're in a dune buggy, you're probably at the beach. It's fun. Anyway, still sad. This has turned into a death episode. Who knew? It's the curse of the miscut cards. Jim Umbricht, Don Wilson, Danny Frisella. Boy, this curse is real. I got to call Tom Seaver and warn him. That's this episode of Baseball Card Theater. I am T-Sean. Peace.
That has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
Ugh, that ain't good.